Hello, everybody out there in Cyberland. My name is Debbie, and I'm a youth organizer for Teen Empowerment. I am your host for this evening's third episode of Senseless, an audio series brought to you by Teen Empowerment on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. on each week. As you can see, we have the timer going. And we're going to get started in a few minutes, but tonight we will not have the actors, unfortunately, before the episode, but they will be on after to talk to our audience. Please tag your friends, create a watch party, share the video with your friends. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from. Comment in the chat as you are listening. We are excited. We have an excited episode coming for you. If you guys don't remember, last week you met Monty and Trey's. Sorry, we met Monty, who is Trey's mentor, friend, and former member of the L Street Gang for a brief moment, but then changed his life. Then there's Quan, a current member of the L Street Gang, and he's struggling with homelessness and trying to navigate his relationship with Naya and Monty. You saw Naya, the community drama-filled instigator, stirring up trouble between Trent Street and L Street, trying to put Quan, Monty, and Trey in the mix. I'm pretty sure you all can relate to a few of these characters or know somebody who can. We have, let me do the math. 4 minutes. 4 minutes until the show starts. So open your mind, relax, and welcome to Teen Empowerment's third episode of the auto series Senseless. If you guys would like to comment down any thoughts on last show, please don't hesitate. And don't forget to share the video because we are getting started pretty soon. If you guys have any questions regarding the last show, you could also. Hey Lee. So after the episode, well, it's not gonna be like I ask the characters questions like it usually is before. We're gonna actually have a talk and a conversation about the violence that is currently going on in the community because we need spaces like that, especially we need to let go of the trauma that we have. We need to talk about it with somebody because holding on to that trauma really does change a person. If you guys would like to comment where you guys are watching, if it's Facebook, YouTube, etc., or where you guys are from, don't be afraid. We have 1 minute until the show. So, wow, we have actually 20 seconds before the show starts. You guys are gonna. This episode is actually really funny. I'm actually in it this time. Looking for Dorchester in the house. So we have Dorchester in the house representing. I hope you guys enjoy.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Senseless, the audio series. The young people in Boston have a lot going on tonight. As usual, Naya seems to have everyone's business in her mouth, but gets schooled by the one-woman neighborhood watch, Miss G. And Trey receives advice from his mentor, Monty. So put your listening ears on, open your heart, and get ready for Senseless.
Naya! Naya? You just gonna walk by me like that?
Oh, hey, Mrs. G.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you must be up to something so early in the morning yawning.
Nah, I'm on my way to some school right now.
Summer school? A smart girl like you, Naya? You must be lying.
No. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but I have summer school, Mrs. G.
Lord, you see, y'all young people need to do what you need to do during school. So you're not wasting your whole summer. Come on now.
What are you talking about, Mrs. G? I passed all my classes, except ELA.
Wait a damn minute. Now, how do you fail ELA? I knew I should have thrown that book at your big head.
Oh, I was only late a couple times. Mrs. G, it wasn't my fault. You know how these teachers be? They always bugging. Like,
oh, so now it's your teacher's fault you failed.
What? Finally, someone realized what I'm trying to say. It is my teacher's fault. They're just mad annoying. They be doing way too much, trying to throw me under the bus in front of the whole class for no reason, Mrs. G. So I just don't show up.
Naya. You see, now that should have been the class you had to at least get an A+ in.
I don't get why you say that, Mrs. G?
ELA. Because you tell every lie available. Come on, child, don't play dumb.
Oh, you think you're funny, Mrs. G, huh? But what do I gotta lie about?
What don't you lie about, Naya? Young lady, you better watch how you're moving around here. People get hurt in this neighborhood. Neither a bullet or a beatdown is just safe for the guys. Now, if you were my daughter, I would give you a beatdown before someone else did.
All right, Mrs. G. Ain't nobody putting their hands on me, and that's on God. And no offense,
but sweet baby Jesus. Here comes the offense.
You need to calm down at your age before you break something.
Who raised you? With that mouth? You better hope you make it to my age, little girl.
I don't want to be 100 years old with all that wrinkly skin. And why are you all like that anyway? Don't you have something better to do?
Wrinkly skin? I beg your pardon? Girl, you know black don't crack. My skin has been looking good for 50 years and will look good for 50 more. And Naya, I'm on your back because I know you're way too smart to be getting caught up in the middle of all this drama in the neighborhood.
What drama?
You ain't invisible, Naya. I heard you on the phone out loud talking about some smoke at your house. And I've been seeing you messing with the Trust Street boys and L Street. That ain't a good mix, you know?
Miss G, it's not even like that. See, this is your problem. You be minding everyone else's business but yours. And don't even be having the facts straight at that.
You better fix that tongue, little girl. Your mama might have brought you in this world, but I'll take you out of it. Now, you're lucky Mrs. G still loves you. But go on now, before you late, and they hold you back a year. Again.
Yeah, whatever. Later, Mrs. G. Hey, Trey. Why you always late?
What you mean? You're late too. You stay being late. It's why you're in summer school now.
Okay. So why are you in summer school? You seem to be doing better this year.
I don't know. I just have a lot on my mind to deal with. I haven't been able to focus.
Yeah, I get it. I know if someone killed my sister, I'll be ready to murk somebody. You want to talk about it?
Naya, seriously?
What?
Between my aunt, the police, and everybody want to talk now. I don't want to talk.
Is your aunt getting you to see a therapist or something? I know people try to make it seem like you're crazy. Then they start trying to give you medication. Then you start acting like a zombie. You be all drowsy and slumped over.
Well, I ain't on no pills.
Good. Because then one way or another, you get caught up in something. And the police be ready to do some dumb stuff to you.
Okay, that came out of nowhere.
What you mean out of nowhere? Have you heard about the incidents where people with mental health issues clash with the police and the police see them as hostile or aggressive because of their lack of training? They need training. If they came up to me, I don't know how I would respond. To be honest, I don't think they even care about us. Like, come on, you lost your sister. Has it been resolved yet? That's why I feel like they don't care.
You know, when you're not talking about other people, you talk about some real stuff.
I know.
But what does that have to do with me?
Well, it don't seem like they care that someone killed your sister.
They don't care.
It don't look like it for real. They ain't doing their job, and they expect us to just trust them.
Well, my aunt seems to trust them.
All I'm saying is that it's pretty simple. Your sister's boyfriend was running with 10th Street. What makes it kind of obvious that L Street had a problem with him. And if they had a problem with Tony's boyfriend, they had a problem with her.
Okay, but she didn't deserve to die. That was his business, not hers.
You're right. Trey, I hope you don't get mad at me for asking you this, but do you think you know who killed Tony?
Yo, Naya, why would you ask me that? You really think if I knew something, I wouldn't have said something already? Seriously?
Well, I heard...
I don't care about what you heard. That was dumb as hell. You keep bugging like that, people are gonna pop off on you.
I ain't scared of no L Street boys and 10th Street popping off. Ain't nobody gonna hurt me. All I heard is that L Street has something to do with it.
Why are you still talking?
I'm just...
You're just not nothing. You run your mouth too much. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Don't come to me talking crazy.
I'm not. I'm just trying to help.
Well, you're not helping. There ain't too many people I can trust right now. Are you one of them?
Oh, yeah, I am. Oh, no. Of course you could trust me. You know, I'm just trying to look out for you.
Well, don't.
All right, I'm sorry, Trey. But Monty can't be the only person you talk to. That's not very healthy at all.
It's not very healthy, but it's also not none of your business.
Fair. Okay, Trey. Be like that. But if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here. Anyways, come on, let's go. Class bed started.
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just shoot some hoops or something. You can go ahead.
Okay. Bye, Trey.
Peace, Naya. Yo, Monty, are you at school yet?
Nah, I ain't even going.
Oh, word? Hey, yo, can you meet me at the park? I just need someone to talk to, bro.
I'm already there.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, for real.
I got you. Now hurry up so I can give you that work.
I see you there.
Yo, what's good, Trey?
Hey, Monty. Thank you for meeting me here, man. I got I got too much on my mind right now. Can we talk?
Yeah, of course. I have a lot on my mind too, so what's good with you?
Have you ever lost someone else that's like close to you?
Yeah, too many. These streets ain't no joke, and it ain't worth it. People losing their families, it's crazy. I know it's been tough since Tony passed. I'm gonna be here for you. At least to break your ankles on the court.
That's what Tony used to say. I miss her so much, man.
I'm here. I used to see her every now and then, but when she played, whoo, she had game. She was crazy. Nobody was guarding her. She had more game than you. But you got game too. I'll give you that.
Yeah, man. She was a force. She was my idol.
I hope them grades your idol too. Ball ain't everything.
She used to say something like that too. You know, you're almost pushing me as much as Tony did. I appreciate you stepping in and being there for me this past year, man. It means a lot.
It's nothing, man. I just want to make sure you stay on your game and not get involved in the streets. The pain of losing someone can cause you to do some crazy things.
Yeah, it can.
By the way, how's Auntie Cheryl? She all right?
It's complicated. It's been hard for her. She's been trying to put our lives back together. She just want to find who killed my sister. 2 years. 2 freaking years, man. 2 years. And it feels like the police don't really care about what happens to us.
2 years already? Damn, feels more recent than that. Does that cop still come over your crib?
Yeah, Officer Price. He comes over to talk about Tony's case. But he never comes with any good news. Just the same old stuff. I don't like the way he looks at me either. It's weird.
Man, don't even worry about that fool. He ain't nobody special.
I'm hip. Did I tell you about his new partner?
Nah, I don't think so.
You know, that female cop, who be trying to act all tough and hard for no reason. Officer Riley, or whatever, something like that. Coon cop.
Oh man, not the coon cop.
Yeah, man, the coon cop.
Yeah, I know her. What, she doesn't think she's black or something? Acting like we're lesser than her while she's on a pedestal. Wait, that's who they got coming over your crib now?
Yeah, man. And they've been coming back and forth to my house and still don't know anything. Like, why even come at all if you're not going to tell us anything? And they don't know anything. They should be out there in the streets.
I'm hip. But Trey, the streets don't talk. They won't talk.
I don't know why not. If it was their sister, they'll want to get to the bottom of things. That ain't right.
I know. Things need to change. They have to. So, you don't got any feeling who did it?
I don't feel anything anymore. If I had any idea, bro, I swear I'll probably be in jail right now. When dogs, I'll kill them. I just don't know anymore. And I just want to know.
I feel you. Just let me know if you find anything out. You take it easy. I didn't really know Tony, but from what you told me about her, she wouldn't want you to stress yourself about her.
Trying, man, but it's killing me. Being so angry all the time. I'm really exhausted. Like, I just want my sister back, man.
Yeah, I understand. That day should have never happened. None of it.
Yeah, and she didn't even have anything to do with 10th Street, man. And people online been talking like she deserved it. because of her boyfriend was involved. And he's locked up now. But the person who killed my sister should be the one locked up.
You're right.
I want whoever did this to burn.
I get how you feel, Trey. But think if they died too, their family would be feeling just like how you're feeling right now. And the cycle continues until we care to stop it.
Cycle continues till we care to stop it. What? So? Why should I care? Clearly whoever killed Tony didn't care.
You don't know that, Trey. A person who kills another human being also dies, but on the inside. I mean, look around you. Our people are in so much pain. And it's been this way for a long time, bro. It can cause some nasty things to happen. That's why I'm trying to work on myself. That's also why I'm here for you right now. I need you to do better, man. I need you to feel better.
I just want to know, Monty.
I know, Trey. We'll find out one day. But for now, let's get your mind off of things. Here, catch.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Senseless, the audio series. See you on the next episode where you will see an example of where there is smoke, there's fire. And it gets so hot that the police are called. So make sure you tune in on Thursday for episode 4 of Senseless.
Hello, and welcome back to Tina's Empowerment's Talkback of Senseless, the audio series. I am your host, Debbie, and I hope everyone enjoyed the first 3 episodes of Senseless, because I sure did. Make sure you don't miss out on this episode, Thursday, May 7th at 7 p.m. And we have some of the characters from tonight's episode with us who will be discussing how we as a community can stop the cycle of violence. Please welcome C4, who plays Trey, Janaya, who plays Naya, Izzy, who plays Monty, and yours truly, your host. Yes, I play Mrs. G. Is Izzy's camera working? We'll just wait for him to get on. But
Hello, world.
in the scene, Trey told Monty that he wanted whoever killed his sister to die, and Monty responded, now that family would feel like he was feeling, and the cycle continues until we care to stop it. Sunday night, 3 people in Warren Gardens were shot and 1 died. We are very sorry for the families involved and all of the families in the community who were impacted by this violence. The question is, what can we as a community do to stop the cycle of violence in our community?
I'd like to take this head on.
You can go ahead.
And say there's a couple things I feel like the community can do. One that's making sure that the community is close and tight knit again. Usually I feel like in other times there was times where neighbor knew neighbor. Everybody was more friendly with each other, more loving because of the community that it was built up to be. And now there's more distancing. There's more not knowing, who's this and who's, living right next to me on the other side of the fence. And I think that as a community is very strong. And I think that could be, one thing to really push us to, stopping the violence. Another thing would be, just finding help for people who need the help in an event,
Definitely. I feel like there has been a lack of community in the community, unity altogether. Do you guys think that we are afraid of our own community?
Can I go?
Yeah, you can just go ahead. Hello?
So I feel um like I don't feel like we're afraid of our community, so we don't know how to approach it.
Mm.
Because some people they might like they don't know how to how to open up about their problems or like the root of things, and so um like it's harder to get to it's harder to solve the problem when it's like that.
What do you think the community needs in order for us to like feel comfortable with solving the problem or just jumping in? I feel like
Oh, go ahead, Debbie.
you can go ahead, C4.
Um, I feel like community need a lot. Honestly, you can't really pinpoint what, but it's when and how. I feel.
Mm.
And with that being said, taking it one day at a time, and everybody being there for each other in trying times, is what we need the most. And understanding communication, I would say that's like two things I can say that's really up there. A lot of situations happen because of miscommunication, um and and playing that part in the community. You have to understand that you have to you know be one with yourself. And that's why I say I don't think the community is afraid of each other. I think we're afraid of ourselves. I think we're afraid of
Mm.
what we can do ourselves. We have so much power, um as a human and as an individual, and people don't see it. So day by day, reaching out more and caring more, can really heal a lot of things.
I feel like what lacks people from like reaching out and caring more is like vulnerability. Like nobody like showing vulnerability. Like being vulnerable is uncomfortable for a lot of people, and it's like it's not encouraged that much, especially in the Black community, to show vulnerability. It's like we all want to like seem so strong and so like for who, you know? Like at the end of the day, holding all of that in isn't really taking us anywhere.
Prideful. It's all pride.
Mm. What? Why do you think people have pride? Like, where do you think that comes from? I feel like I feel like it's the culture. It's definitely the culture in the community and like what we're used to, and we normalize things that shouldn't be, and like because we're quote unquote comfortable with it. Like I said, when we have violence, a lot of violence around, we get used to it.
Yeah, I would say it's just crazy to see how much growing the community and the city as a whole has to do. Really, the world. You can't even put it in in
Hmm.
in, in one spot. But you know, with that being said, it's like I think pride stems from not understanding each other, and not understanding where one has come from to deal with the expectations in life that they had to deal with, um, and being able to sit down, talk. Talking
Exactly.
could solve a lot of things. Um, so it's really big in a way to understand where a person is coming from if they do withhold their pride, and they
Hmm.
do not talk. But there's so much things to fix it, and I think talking is one of them. Talking helps a lot.
I don't understand why people like aren't like I don't know. Like I feel like around like I don't know. I know a lot of my friends who like face the same issues I do. Like, and I don't know why they don't like talking about it or like why people feel uncomfortable with it. I know it's because of vulnerability and whatnot, but like you said, we have to take those steps. Like being comfortable with being uncomfortable takes us a lot. But I remember you mentioned like miscommunication in the beginning. What do you think there's miscommunications about in the community?
Feelings. Um,
Mm.
I think each other's feelings are very important, and I feel like a lot of people don't treat the other people with the proper respect as they would treat themselves. or their families, or people they know, people they love. um and that's where that communication gets tied up at, because it's like, I don't know what you're feeling inside. I don't know that you had a bad day today. I don't know, this is how you grew up, and this is how you do things, and this is how I grew up, and this is how I do things. So there is a miscommunication with just, you know, interacting with each other. I think, I feel like, there's always certain things, like if I'm walking and I see somebody, usually for males, it's a head nod. It's a hey. That's our sign of saying hello. Instead of opening our mouths or whatever the case may be. And that's just one way of communication. That's connecting. Walking by each other and saying hi, hello. It's so many things that got a miscommunication, and communication at the same time. There's also situations I've seen where people are may say something that might come off hostile, but that's not how they mean it. And that's where the communication gets blurred. So I think it's really with ourselves, the way we talk to others, treat each other. And yeah.
I would also like to mention, if anybody has some comments regarding what we're saying, don't be afraid to comment. And why do you think people don't reach out? Like, why don't they help others with the solutions and the problems?
I think because we haven't found it ourselves. We're always trying to find ways that we can grow, individually, and as a unit. And when you don't have the answers for someone else, it makes you seem, that you don't got the answers for like yourself. So it's
Exactly.
it's like, I can't tell you this and tell you that, because I don't know myself. And I think that's why people don't really reach out, talk, build with each other, because they don't want to be wrong. A lot of people don't want to admit to, when something needs to be altered, or something is this way, and people need to be, stretched further on it as far as for the information side. But yeah, I think that's really the main issue with that.
And one question do you think forgiveness can play a major role in stopping the cycle of violence in our community? I feel like we also have this thing of depending too much on systems that have failed us so much in the history. Like, we depend on them. Like, we have to start stepping in ourselves, and like, if we give the community those tools, and like, and we see what they do with it, then I feel like it'll become more common and more normalized for us to be helping each other. And I feel like what you said, we're all a little bit damaged inside, so it's kind of hard for me to help you if I can't help myself. So it's kind of like, where do we start? But forgiveness can definitely it plays a big part in stopping the violence in our community. And I feel like we have to start by forgiving ourselves, honestly. Because if we don't forgive ourselves, then we're just gonna continue on hurting and hurting. Teresa said we need to make it okay to talk about openly about situations. We also need to be taught how to talk. We also need to be taught how to talk and communicate. And I feel like some people are gonna say, "Oh, who's gonna tell me how to talk and talk? Who's gonna talk about this?" So I don't know. Like, who's gonna teach me? Like,
Yes.
who's gonna be held responsible for that?
Hmm. And there lies, people who, I feel like, things like that's where the 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 pride lies at. Once when you feel like, you hold hate for anything or anyone, and someone's telling you, the right way to release it, it's like, well, you don't understand for you to say that, and that's okay, but you got to understand it within yourself to, forgive. And I feel like, um it plays a major role, in stopping the violence, because people don't like to forgive. They love to hold grudges. And even, when you read the Bible, there's a lot of Bible scriptures, and one, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like, whenever you stand praying, forgive. And if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also in heaven may forgive you,
Amen.
you know what I'm saying, like your trespasses, you to get through to you to, you know, connect in a different life. You know, we don't gotta, you know, deal with as much as we think here on earth, but after, you know, everything passes, there's a whole different journey, you know. So forgiving is definitely big. And I think it would really, you know, heal. It would heal a lot of people from, you know, holding that hate of you know, hate in their heart or holding any barriers. So
Amen, C4. And like people fail to realize that that's like the first step, you know, to heal, and then we can start helping our community.
mm-hmm.
But thank you so much for tuning in on this episode of Senseless, the audio series. If you guys
Yes.
have any extra comments, don't be afraid to put them. But see you guys on Thursdays for episode 4 of Senseless
Yes.
at 7. Oh, C4, look it. C4, my brother, you got it. I look forward to seeing you become the next president. Absolutely, we are
President.
our biggest advocates. We know what we need. Communication is a skill that sometimes needs to be taught and learned.
Yes. Yes. And they don't and to even add on to that, I feel like they don't teach that in, you know, a lot of schools when it comes down to it. And you know, like I feel like they should have classes like that, like a spirit class or like some, I don't know, checking up on something that, you know, may be meaningful. And it could be either, you know, like a little side class. It don't got to be a main class, but
Exactly.
it would be good, you know, to have certain things that, you know, coping mechanisms that's good, not bad for you, you know, different alternatives to let out all pain and anger, because that's what, you know, it really stems down to, pain and anger
Exactly.
when it comes to most of the problems and reflections. But yeah, I should
Yeah.
say that.
Thank you so much for ending it off on such a great note.
Yes. God bless everybody on here. You'll
God bless.
see a new episode next week. Well, this week. This week.
Oh yeah,
7.
that one's gonna be hectic. Give me a call,
Thank you.
please.